All right. Welcome to another episode of Real Estate vs. Tech. I'm your host, Norman Kinsey. We have our co-host, Mr. Dan Gandy. Welcome, Dan.
Thanks for having me on again. Great to
Of,
see you,
co-
Kevin.
of course. And yeah, and Kevin is our main host or our main guest today. Kevin Cruz is someone that has founded Connect Real Estate. He's crushing it out of San Francisco Bay Area. And welcome to Real Estate vs. Tech, Kevin.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite, y'all.
Yeah, man. Of course. We were just talking before we got on the show that it was crazy how I met you at a networking event, Southside San Francisco, and then I saw you one time when I did a presentation at Keller Williams, and the next thing you know, you just blew up. You have your brokerage, you have co-founded a moving company, you co-founded also a staging company, and that's what the episode's about, man. To inspire individuals like-minded like yourself that potentially want to do something like start their own brokerage, man. And the show's all about you. So we want to deep dive into this. So give us some context. Tell us like where you started, man. Like how long you been in the business? Why'd you get into this real estate business? Give some context.
Well, I'm born and raised in the Philippines. Came here when I was 14. You know, we had $1,000 when we came down here. It was me, my two sisters, and my parents, right?
Yeah.
Shortly after, they made me pretty much. I was forced to stay here. I was gonna go back to the Philippines and continue my education because I was almost in college, right? I was already second year in my high school, and but I continued my life over here. Not willingly, but now it's a blessing now. So at the age of 15 and a half, I started working like two jobs already. I was working at Sabaro and I was working at a like boba shop, and
That's awesome.
and when I turned like 16 and a half, I started doing Cutco sales, those knives and like business, and that's when I realized like, okay, maybe I like sales, maybe I like sales. Accidentally, I like sales, just consulting with people, talking to people, right?
Yeah.
And 19 years old, I pretty much dropped out of college and started my first multi-level marketing business. It was USANA Health Sciences, right? And I did that for for like 4 or 5 years. And when I was 23, I started this entertainment company with one of my business partners, right? We're still partners right now in real estate,
Wow.
real estate investments. But I started, basically like I did a lot of trials and errors. I feel like I failed early enough. I failed really bad early enough. I started a vape shop. I started sound and lighting company production. I started like cannabis club. Like I invested in multiple things, and I failed more than I succeeded, right? But through those failures, it's not really a failure. It's more of like a learning, right? I learned so much with all those experiences, and I collectively built a huge database of like great people around me, friends and family, and the community that I'm in right now, which is Daly City, right? Everybody knew me, everybody knew where I came from. Everybody knew I started like, working at the mall and stuff, boba shops, Baskin Robbins, like I did all that stuff, man. And that was my stomping grounds, and from there, I seriously took it, seriously because, I had kids at a young age, like at 20 years old, I already had my first son, right? And 21, I had my second. So, like the pressure, which massive pressure creates diamonds, and I took that and really created like I really want to do something for myself. I didn't feel like a man. Like at a very young age. It's like I felt so irresponsible. And you know, and fast forward, after starting multiple ventures, I started real estate at 27 or 26, 27, right?
Okay.
I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it so much, So my first year in real estate, working part time while I was doing those other businesses, I was rookie of the year for Northern California. I didn't even like because I did like good amount of deals already my first year, and my second year I decided to stop all those companies and fully focus on real estate. Right. So my second year, I did, I was blessed to be a 30 under 30, highest gross income earner in the world with Better Homes and Gardens. It's entrepreneur of the year. I did that, and during that time, I started, with staging company first. Co-founded a staging company. So right now it's doing well. Right now, it's been around for like almost 4 years now, and simultaneously a year after that, we started a moving company. And so after my second year in real estate, my third year now, I decided that I capped out, meaning like I work so much that you need help now, right? So instead of hiring an admin, I brought on my girlfriend to be my partner. She took her license. On that picture behind you, she's like the fourth one.
Nice.
Lee. Um, yeah, so her and I brought on Gillian when Gillian, she believed in the vision and she joined me. So we started we started our own group now from there. And fast forward 4 years after we started Kinetic Real Estate. We have currently right now we have 16 agents with director of operations, director of sales. We have two transaction coordinators. We have one listing coordinator. We have multiple virtual assistants as well in the Philippines that's assisting us to make things happen. But yeah, I mean overall, all those three companies, with real estate, moving, and staging, they're all doubling up right now every year by year. So with moving, we have 30 full-time employees now with 8 trucks
Oh,
with a warehouse.
wow.
With
Love it.
staging, we can stage about 40 properties a month right now. So we're doing average of 20, like 15 to
Nice.
20 a month right now. Not just for me. I wish it was all for me, but you can't do that. You can't scale a business. You have to, So right now we're one of the main vendors for Compass Real Estate in San Francisco for luxury for like, prices between 1.5 to 4.5 million.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we're doing that right now. Well, I'm not doing that. Okay. I just started the company. I'm more of a board member for all those companies. I'm not involved. I work 5 minutes a month on those companies now. You let the partners run it. That's good. You trust them. They're like my brothers. I just handle the payouts. And stuff like that. So and they understand that. It's the way. It's a vertical integrated business. Not to mention as well, we do Airbnb arbitrage as well. It's called Kinetic Living. So we have about multiple. I think we had about 14 properties that we're Airbnbing right now. So they're doing good during summer. It's coming back again because COVID is kind of like on that
Mhm.
end phase now, and
Yeah.
everybody's getting tired of staying at home. So everybody's starting to travel now. Like it's funny. Just this year, I started traveling again to like different states. Every single time I go on a plane, I know it's always full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how
It is.
not? You'd be surprised when you. I don't know if you're flying back here, Norman, or flying down here again, Norman. In the Bay Area, but
Yeah.
I'll guarantee you the flight is full.
Yeah.
It-
I
it's
have, and it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, all those ventures, all those missed failures that I did and failed really early enough, and now like I kind of have an idea what to do with the business now.
Yeah.
All about the people, like that builds it. Not you, like you can't do everything. So
No.
I'm very free flow in a way. Like I let everybody do what they want to do, like
It's
make
awesome.
their own decisions and stuff. And I think that's the way to grow business. You don't want to limit everyone.
Mhm.
So currently, right now with Kinetic, so the first 6 months, we're actually we're actually having a big dinner today at 7 p.m. To
Nice.
celebrate our first 6 months, 180 days, in 2021. I do that all the time. We do quarterly, monthly, and things like that, events
Mhm.
annually.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we're gonna meet tonight and just announce it. But if full disclosure, since this thing is gonna come out like 3 weeks from now,
Yeah.
so we did 118 million in volume in real estate already.
Wow.
Wow.
First 6 months, yeah, the first 6 months. Last year we did 31 million. Our first 6 months. This year we did 118. So with 3.8x our growth are in terms of volume.
Wow.
How many families we have helped? Our average price point went up because prices went up over here. So I think we're all working as a whole. I think it's all about the culture. It's all about the people that builds it. Building partners, building all the agents. It's paying off right now. But it's just the beginning. We're not even in 2 years in Kinetic Real Estate. It's still a start. It's still a seed. The startup phase or startup phase though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
It's an amazing story.
amazing. And I love the integration. I love the vertical integration. I love how you learned, you fell on your face, you got back up and you said, okay, singular focus, just go. You had success. And then everything that you do for the viewers and listeners out there has compound effect where then they all serve, support, help each other. And I love how I know a lot of agents out there have a hard time for viewers and listeners out there of letting go. And you've done a great job letting go, flowing, letting people do what they do best, putting together those standard operating procedures, I'm sure. and those standard operating procedures and KPIs to really just monitor stuff. And it sounds like you just really have done an amazing job. So for anyone out there listening, I got to say, like, good job. Kudos to you. So let's get into, as we continue the show, into a little bit more of the real estate side specifically. Now everyone kind of knows a little bit of your background and what you're specifically doing. We know pretty much transaction volume, what you're doing with that. What do you do, at your brokerage with your team to really separate yourself in regards to maybe marketing or putting yourself out there social media wise? What separates your brokerage?
What separates me, so before I say it, prior to this, I started an event production company. So we had events where like scaling from like 300 attendees to 5,000 attendees,
I've been to one.
all over the world. Yeah. So we did that. I did that for 5 years. We had a good run. One thing I learned from that is marketing, catching attention. It's all about catching attention, right? It's all about staying relevant, right? The biggest thing that really brought up our business will be Instagram and Facebook. Like, hands down, it's free. You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay those ads or anything like that. You just have to stay relevant. It's not, like, just focus on productivity. Like, just post, like, it can be you don't have to create like a crazy content. All you have to do is post, like, just sold. Hey, I showed 10 properties today. It was a beautiful day or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. You just want to stay relevant, right? Yeah. Social media, honestly. And it really, that's the highest grossing, like, platform that I've ever had in my life.
Wow. That's awesome.
And not to mention, all the teams that we have, most of us are, 21 to 35, our age group. So we, like, everybody does social media, like, they post all the time and it creates so much attention. Like, I think that's it. You just want to stay relevant. I mean, okay, let me put it in perspective. Okay. Like, I'm not sure how much time we have, or like,
We're good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Oh, we're good. Okay, good. Like 90%, if not like 100% of your clients, they're working a full, most of them work full time, right? Full time of work, right? I bet you half of those hours, they're not even working. They're just looking at their social media, right? They're doodling. Like, no, that's what they do. What do people first do when they go, millennials, right? Like, they go on social media. I will guarantee that.
Yeah.
From 12 to 6 is the most time that people view your stuff.
Yep.
And okay, while you're doodling, they see your posting, right? You just sold something, or you just post whatever you want, open house, right? And they're talking to other coworkers who's doing the same thing, and one of the coworkers will be like, hey, I'm looking, thinking about buying, like, they're just talking, because they've been working for a while now. And the fact that, they saw your post, they're going to say like, oh, you should work with Kevin or whoever the realtor is. That's the way we do things. And I truly believe in that. Like, it's just catching attention, how many eyeballs are watching you. That's all it matters. Even if a company, even if the company isn't negative, like, if that company has like 100 million people watching it, like, people will buy that company because there's eyeballs in it.
Yes.
It's audience. You're building audience. I think that's
yes. It's all about the audience, how you catch them. So yeah, social media is number one I use.
I love that.
Awesome.
And then you also intrigue, inspire, and enlighten those that see that. They're like, hey, you know what? Maybe I can buy a house. Let me go ahead and reach out to Connect Real Estate and find out if maybe Kevin can help me get on the track to do that, And I'm sure you probably had people that reached out to you and did those type of things. That's awesome. And it sounds like, because the next question is like, what have you done to like kind of adapt? And like, sounds like to me, what you've done to adapt is you just stay relevant. You stay on the social media.
Yes.
Stay on top of it, stay relevant for all the viewers and listeners out there. Right. And you just got to stay relevant, stay consistent, and leverage the stuff that's free. I love that. So we're going to switch it up.
I just followed him.
There you go. Another follower. We're live getting followers here for Kevin. So we're going to switch it up to the mix out round, and Dan's going to get a little bit more into like the technical tools and what you're doing at the brokerage level to drive and ensure success for your clients and also your team.
Thanks, Norm. And Kevin, you are in the hub of technology. So let's just dive into this. I think you touch base on social media, Instagram, driving engagement, building an audience, getting buyers and sellers to to really come in that funnel. But what is is that your number one lead source right now, or is it that huge database of relationships you built for years?
Yes, so that's one of the main database that one of my main areas. I would say about 30 to 40% of it is social media. We also just partner up with Zillow, Zillow Flex.
Mm-hmm.
Flexing.
Less than 300 teams in the nation that has it. So we got into that 2 months ago.
Shout out to Connor.
Thank you.
Is Connor your rep? Yeah.
No, it's Paul Wilnitz, but I know Connor though.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I've seen
He's
him
been
from,
on.
I've seen him from Kenny's stories. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, besides that, Zillow Flex. I mean, we do. I would say tech. This is not including with tech, right? Dan, but it's we send out mailers every single month, every door direct mail in the entire one city. 70
Love it.
single family homes a month.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's costly, but it's gonna pay off. Trust. It's just like yeah. We had a billboard, and we have shopping carts. All the old school stuff. Keep in mind, like most of the sellers are still a lot of them are baby boomers still. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
They don't really have social media.
I'm trying to show.
Only online.
I was trying to show you, like, here's 500 mailers right here.
There you go. What are you mailing?
This one is a just sold letter with like a success story of like what happened. And then it's got a letter on the back that I have 4 more buyers that are looking right now. So I'm just mailing that to a specific type of property. And then another one, I have the Pac-10 or the Pac-12 football schedule on one side, and then like a home valuation postcard with a QR code to track on the back.
So you are in real estate.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a broker and team.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
I didn't ask.
Yep. So, but yeah, the direct mail, I'm glad you brought that up, because we talked to a lot of agents that are more traditional or been in the business a long time. And they're like, direct mail's dead. Like, I never do it. Like, and I'm like, we're sitting here and interviewing people like Jordan Mott, who are like sending out 20,000 mailers a month and making $100 million. And we're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah.
And yeah, direct mail works for sure. You gotta stay consistent. That's all.
I love it.
It may take 3 years, it may make 2 years, but hey, it's all worth it,
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
How do you, this might be a more broad question, maybe just in real estate, but how do you organize everything? Do you have like project management software, time management software? Like how does somebody that owns all these businesses and have all these goals and aspirations, like from a tech side, like how do you?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm pretty old school in a way still, where I still use Google Spreadsheet. Google Spreadsheet for all the potential clients with addresses, and we brought in a director of partnership into the business. He's starting tomorrow, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's going to be me like creating ideas on how to have a retention rate of 70% and up. And it's how you made a client feel, right? It's not about, they're gonna forget what you do, what you say, and what you give them, but how you made them feel is something they'll never forget. That's something that we're gonna be focusing on throughout the end, forever. But I didn't have the capacity to do it, so we brought on a person, who's gonna be, brought on a really good individual who can do that. So we're gonna track everyone's birthdays, send them gifts every birthday, Father's Day, Mother's Day, holidays. Like, everybody sends on holidays, but birthdays, dude, you send somebody a gift on their birthday, like, think about it.
I love you.
Oh yeah. Like those are like the things that, like that we're gonna implement, so and I know for a fact it's gonna work, so I love it. I love doing that, giving gifts. I just don't have the time to like think about that stuff.
Yeah.
You're focusing, you're too transactional, you're such a visionary, like you think about the bigger picture of things. Sometimes most of the time you forget the small little things, that people need to fill the gap on.
Yeah.
Another thing to mention too, have you guys heard of Side Inc?
Yeah.
No,
SIDE.
I think.
Yeah. So if you look it up, Side Inc, they're the only real estate company in the nation, or it might be in the world actually. They're SaaS, like software as a service company.
Okay.
So it's not really a brokerage, but they need to get a broker's license in order to operate a real estate, to be part of real estate. So they're software as a service company. So they provide all these tools, they provide all this technology. So, we can write offers within 5 minutes. They have, we use Copper for CRM. They provide us Copper.
Okay.
Personally, and I'm not using Copper yet, but I will be using it in the next 2 months now with my director of partnership person. Um, but they have a lot of technology that they use, like Google AdWords and stuff like that, like Facebook ads. They even set us up for the Everydoor direct mail I was mentioning about, that the 17,000 mailers. All we have to do is give them like a bunch of photos, and we pay every month, and they'll take care of everything. Set it and forget it. That's what we're doing right now. So yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I hope I didn't go off tangent. Like,
No, that's
I'm more like,
that software as a service model, and that was similar to, remember the gentleman who worked for Tom Ferry, Norman, down in Newport or
Yeah, he
LA?
was one of our past guests. Yeah, I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
I feel bad. If you're listening, I feel bad. But he was in the same type of, like, he just took his entire brokerage and like outsourced it to like one company that was doing everything. And it was a remarkable, that's new. And it's like a new and innovative technology, right? Because now you can focus on your clients and the deals and the bigger picture, while you've outsourced your entire brokerage, with the exception of the key people you need, right? Transaction coordinators and listing managers and stuff. But
exactly,
that's awesome.
Exactly. Like every agent that we bring on, their focus is to build their database and client experience and sales. But other companies, when you join, like Coldwell Banker, Better Homes and Gardens, Century 21, Keller Williams, they provide you like E&O insurance and desk, right? But the rest of it, you have to take care of yourself, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot in there. Like there's a lot
it adds up. It adds up.
Oh, it adds up. Yeah, it's like we only have 24 hours, but with our company, our motto is like, we have all this support for you. We'll take care of you. You don't have to think about what kind of marketing you need to do. We'll just, whatever you do, whatever you think, just give us the money. We'll implement things for you, in a way. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Love it. Love it.
Oh, you're the daughter.
We all got kids.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's hand it back over to Norm, and appreciate you deep diving into the tech you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you, Dan. And that's amazing, Kevin. I really love it. And I think the biggest takeaway for me is like, for anyone who's listening out there, to think bigger. It's one thing to think about maybe a specific type of client, but it's another thing to think about like dominating the whole entire city that you serve, and to send out that many mailers and to retarget. And then I think, to be personally honest with you, I think that you'll probably have more success with the people who forget what you said and did and they got, but they will never forget the way you made them feel, by sending out gifts. And you could probably even scale back the mailers and just focus on your database and giving them gifts and whatnot for the holidays. And that'll probably be 10 times more fruitful, because you're still just giving them something that they're going to forget and they won't remember it, unless you did a QR code and it said in the mailer, click or scan this QR code, go to this landing page and watch a video. It just says like scan to watch video. And then it's just like you doing a video to potentially catch their attention outside of coming soon, just sold, just listed, or market stats. But that was amazing. Absolutely love it. So I have a couple more questions. At the end of the show, we like to leave the floor open for you, so you can give anything that you want to leave for our viewers and listeners to get from this podcast. And so as far as positioning, being an expert, I mean, what is your philosophy? Are you looking to just dominate and just be an area expert, which is just going to be in your whole entire market that you serve there? What is your reach as far as majority of your clients that you work with?
I mean, my philosophy is like, just doing the best that you can. I would say, like, doing the best that you can, servicing the client the best as you can, as best as you can, and I mean, my goal personally is to reach 1 billion in volume, and we're set, with the team, with my weeders, to make that happen in 3 years.
Nice.
So this year, 160 million in volume is our goal. I think we're gonna hit. We're for sure gonna hit it from looking at things.
Yeah.
Set right goals. Because I made a mistake in the past. Like, I set too high goals, and I just like I get sad. But next year is 300 million. 2 years, 2022, 2023, 600, and 2024, we want to prep ourselves to do a billion now, right? And
Amazing.
I think our philosophy, it's all about the people, it's the people around you, it's the agents around you, it's the clients around you. In the end of the day, like even right now, like even if it's my listing, like, or even if it's like I'm co-buying it with someone, like I don't promote myself anymore. It's all about the agents now, you know.
Love it.
Like yeah, like every time we have a team meeting, like you're not gonna see Kevin Cruz like sold this house or anything like that. It's gonna be about the team now, so that's you know um philosophy. I mean, I don't know, I can name like a lot of things, but like it's all about the people.
That's huge. I
Yeah,
love that. I love that. Put yourself kind of behind and put your team in front.
yeah,
And instead
yeah,
of being a dictator, you're in the front pulling them with
yeah,
that rope. Like, let's go. Come on, you got this. I
exactly,
absolutely.
exactly. It's all about that. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So when you go in, last question, we'll open the floor up to you for the viewers and listeners to take something from you before we close out here. What would be a secret weapon? So when you go to a formal listing presentation and you're going to say, all right, Norman, I'm going to help you sell your house. What is it? What's the approach?
Um. Well, first of all, before they even invite you to their property, to their house, they've done a lot of research about you.
Yeah.
Nobody will invite you without doing their homework. That's a fact.
So true.
Like they look at so one thing I would advise first before I answer that is like you want to look at they will look at your Yelp, they will look at your Google, they will look at your Zillow profile, they'll look at everything, your track
Mm-hmm.
record and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of out of state referrals personally for listings. I get about maybe 15 a year, just
Wow.
people referring me listings. Like I don't, with agents from out of state and out of this area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they don't even know how to pronounce the city. They call it Dali City, but it's Daly City. Funny, right? Yeah, that's how you know, like, okay,
Yeah.
well, definitely these people doesn't even know, but it's next to San Francisco, literally 5 minutes away from San Francisco,
Yeah.
So it's a more of a minority city, but it's coming up. They're building up. But anyways, as soon as they reach out to me, I usually send them a pre-appraisal. Sorry, not pre-appraisal, pre-marketing proposal.
Mm-hmm.
I have an A to Z marketing, what I'm going to do for them, like send mailers. We're going to do door knocking. We're going to do mega open house. We're going to do, mega open house is like 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to do twilight. Like we're going to go to top agent network and promote it. We're going to do coming soon off market, like, posts, like all this marketing that we do,
Mm-hmm.
and, and, and after that, of course, I'm going to send them comps,
Mm-hmm.
And when I meet with them, I usually just do a recap of our discussion, based on our our discussion over the phone. You're looking to sell this because of this and because of that, right? And then
Yeah.
things that you actually listened to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions about my email that I sent over with premium marketing proposal? And most of them would say, actually, half of them would probably say like, half of them say like, I haven't read it yet. I skimmed through it, but it's great. You send them videos in that pre-marketing proposal, videos, links, YouTube, and all that stuff. People love that. I even have a grand opening, like event that we did. I even posted in there. It shows
I
that
love it.
like there's a lot of people, they love that stuff. And yeah, I just do a recap. And one of the things, my ultimate weapon is one, vertical integration. We'll take care of everything for you from start to finish, from from junking, from giving you advice. Like we have like 3 contractors right now that works full time for us at this point. We take care of everything from start to finish, and we know exactly what we need to do in the property to sell. Because I bring in my partner on staging, he's an interior designer, so he knows exactly what he needs to do in the property, how to
Wow.
attract. And he will give me advice. You should paint this. You should change the lights and do change change a bunch of things. So it's
Wow.
like more of a combo. We'll do everything for
Yeah.
you. Just give me the keys and call it a day, right? So right now we have too many of those right now, and it can get pretty stressful sometimes. You gotta stay on top of it, because that's their retirement plan when you sell their property.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the biggest thing I say, besides vertical integration, we'll do everything for you, is you know any realtor can list a property. There's no problem with that, right?
Yeah.
Any realtor can list a property, but what makes somebody a lot, sell higher? It's all about marketing. In the end of the day, marketing is
Yes.
something that we do, something, and I'm so passionate when I say that. Like, it's all about the marketing. How many people can you bring in an open house? How how many offers can you get, bidding war and stuff, like, and how can you make that happen? Like, it's all about marketing.
I always tell everybody that being a good listing agent is about pricing, promotion, and performance.
Oh, I love that.
Those three things: pricing, performance, and negotiation is part of performance. But like you, I just want to touch on something you said. Like, it's all about the marketing, and it's creating the multiple offer over asking scenario. And
Yes.
if you can create those wars, that's what is going to net your seller the most money. And I think as more agents get more and more successful, they look at how can I move myself out of the process, right? And I've met a lot of agents that have made a lot of money and are very successful, but they're the worst negotiators, and they leave tons of money on the table that their seller could have captured.
Exactly.
I have a testimonial, and then we'll leave the floor open for you, Kevin. So Hayward, California, off of D Street at the Park complex. I owned a condo with my wife, and the next door neighbors were selling their property, and they renovated the whole property. They added another bathroom, which would give them a higher comp. So they had I want to say it was 2 full baths, and we had 1.5 bath. And then it was 2 bedrooms, 3 stories, 2-car garage, what have you, very similar models. Ours was also upgraded as well, but theirs were like freshly remodeled. It was listed at $499, and they got $499, and they didn't do any staging. The pictures weren't that great. The marketing wasn't that great. Whoever listed it was just kind of an okay agent. Well, my sister-in-law came in, and my sister-in-law is a real estate professional. So I had to go that route, right? Because I had plenty of options. I could have called you, Kevin, but I can't argue with my wife. So I went with my wife's sister, right? And she did an amazing job with drone, amazing job with the photos, amazing job where it was during COVID last year, this time. And so a little bit before this time, when COVID just hit around March. And so, we just hit it right where they could come in and look at the homes, and you got to leave and disinfect and whatever else. Long story short, we listed at $495, 5,000 less than, because, we couldn't even use that comp. And we sold for $46,000 over asking at $546,000. Wow. And it was all because of the marketing, and it was only a 60-day difference.
Yep. Let me add into that. It's a condominium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing I add all the time, and I always say this to the clients, like, any advice that we give you on what to renovate will double to quadruple your return. Always, like, it's true. By the way, I don't think that was a good idea to, like, add a bathroom in a condominium. Because condominium is condominium. Like, it's pretty straightforward with comps. Like. But for family, it could have been, added, for sure it will add more value, but like, any advice that we give will, double to quadruple your investment.
Wow. I love it.
Not to mention too, we upfront all the costs for renovations as well.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Well, if you want a single solution, there you have it. I mean, talk about an independent broker. I mean, I got to give you a round of applause, man. For an independent broker to be able to do what you're doing, you're adding more value, or at the same level as and I'll just throw it out there as you have Compass, program. They have like the CARES program, whatever, where they'll do all the renovations, yada, yada, yada. And it comes out of list price. I mean, you're at that level, if not even above, because you're giving so much more of a personal, warm and fuzzy feel outside of a big corporate feel. And so, that is absolutely amazing. I love it. And
I'd hire you.
Yeah, I know. Right. And on that note, let's go ahead, change camera angle. Spotlight's on you, Kevin. Take it away. What do you want to let our viewers and listeners take from you as we end the show?
I would say in real estate, especially for the new agents, and a lot of them, by the way, there was like 1.4 million realtors last year, and just this year it's like 1.6 now. That's a lot of agents that's coming in because they see real estate, but like, just don't give up. I would say never give up. Always start from your database. Call 20 people a day, message 50 people on Facebook, message 50 people on Instagram. You gotta let them know you're in real estate. The very first 6 months you're in real estate as a new agent, people will judge you. They're gonna think you're gonna fail. They're gonna watch you. The people who's not liking your posts, they're the ones who's watching you the most. It could be acquaintance or friends. because it's a crab in a bucket analogy. Like they're just gonna trying to pull you down and stuff. It's always gonna happen. But just never give up. Just keep just don't give up. It's gonna be, it can be a shit show in the beginning. Like you may not get the best results right away, or you might not get any results, but just don't give up. Just keep going. Call 20 people. Let them know you're in real estate. Do you know anyone looking to buy or sell? I have a mission to help 12 families this year. Do you know anyone looking to buy or sell? Like, that's just my approach in the beginning, and keep posting on social media to stay relevant. Yeah, and build up your reviews as well. Although you haven't sold a home yet, just tell them to write something about you in Google. Like it could mean about how great of a person I am, or you are just a testimonial about you and your character. Build it up, because reviews, like they don't care about you, they care about what other people say about you.
So true.
It's so true. Yeah. Like, so yeah, that's my advice. And thank you. Normally,
Yeah, man.
like, I appreciate y'all for inviting me. I want people to hear this, and hope they get inspired.
That's awesome. Well, Kevin, I really appreciate you coming on, and we
been
appreciate your
great.
time. We know you're a busy individual. All your social media links, everything on Kevin is below. So for our viewers and listeners, be sure to check this gentleman out. Give him a follow. Check out what he's doing. If anything, I think what I took from this episode is possibility, man. You make possibilities possible. Doesn't matter how big, you can go as big as you want. And I love how you said sometimes you set such big goals, you got kind of let down when you didn't hit them.
Yeah.
But then you reorganize. It's okay, let's go a little smaller. I hit it, and then you just kept on going and going.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, thanks for being on. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Dan,
Yeah.
thanks for co-hosting.
Yeah,
you.
Kevin, man, great story, man. I want to read a book one day about your whole life. This is
Yeah.
this is good stuff, man. Let's keep connected.
Yeah, that
But
sounds. Thank you.
The next trilogy in this vertical iteration is going to be a book about Kevin's life and
Kinetic energy.
kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy, huh? I love it. Yeah.
I love it, man. We're coming up with your book title right now. And to all of our viewers and listeners, we appreciate you tuning in, as it is our intention for you to take some from episodes, to apply to your business, have more massive success, and we will see you on the next one.